Apple has come out of the New Year holidays and released iOS 18.2.1 for us. What's new and interesting, and is it worth installing this update? We'll talk about it today. My name is Maksim. Let's go! So the first update of 2025 from Apple. In fact, it was ready quite a long time ago, even before American Christmas at the end of December. But Apple decided to hold it back, apparently for the reason that if something suddenly goes wrong, then someone will have to fix it, and everyone will be on New Year's holidays at that moment. So right now, when the holidays are a little over, Apple has decided to finally release this update. So today we'll talk about what's new, what we'll have in iOS 18.3 when it's coming to us. Overall, it should be interesting. If you liked the video, then give me a thumbs up. It helps the channel grow. Subscribe to the channel. Get notifications when a new video comes out. Let's start with the system size. And you received a notification about the release of a new video. Let's start, as usual, with the system size. If you had iOS 18.2 installed, the update will weigh around 300-500 megabytes depending on your device. A little more, a little less, it's absolutely normal. If you are updating from something older, then the full package may be installed there, up to 6 to 8 megabytes. This is also normal. iOS and iPadOS are the only systems released this time. Apple claims to have fixed bugs and improved security, but specifics are rarely disclosed. Users need to investigate changes themselves. Known fixes include a faster Face ID unlock on iOS 18.2, though not everyone experienced this issue. Other fixes remain undisclosed, as Apple often keeps details private. So, we have to dig for information ourselves to understand if anything has changed or not. From what is known so far, it seems they fixed the issue with Face ID, which was that it unlocked a bit slower on iOS 18.2. Personally, I didn't really encounter this problem, but some users complained about it. What else has been fixed is still unknown, but as usual, Apple tends to keep that a bit under wraps. Let's move on to the security patches. What else has been fixed is still unknown, but as usual, Apple tends to keep that a bit under wraps. Let's move on to the security patches. This time, Apple also naturally included security patches, as always. But this time, they're like, we're not going to reveal exactly what was fixed. That is, if we go to the Apple website in the column of updates for security patches, it says that yes, they exist, but we will not publish any error codes publicly. Apparently, there is something they don't want to reveal to us. Maybe nothing significantly important happened. I installed this system on my iPhone 16 Pro, and I haven't really noticed any performance issues. Everything seems to be working fine. If we look at the performance tests, it seems to have even improved a bit, at least by a few points. Again, plus or minus, everything is within the margin of statistical error. If we're talking about what will happen next and whether you should even install the system, you can basically install the system, again, if you're having any issues. With 18.1, 18.0, or 18.2, then yes, go ahead and install it. Maybe this version will solve your problem. If all is fine, no rush to update, I recommend new versions, but wait for others' feedback. I'll update my devices, but if you always know, I recommend installing new versions, but there's really no rush to do so. Just wait and see if someone shares how things are working for them, and then you'll have a better understanding of whether you should install it. Of course, I'll update all my devices as always, but if you're particularly concerned about battery life, it might make sense to wait a little. Of course, what do we have in store for us next? iOS 18.3. Since Apple came out of the New Year holidays, we are expecting in some foreseeable future, perhaps literally in the next few days, a new beta version, and its release somewhere at the end of January, at the beginning of February. We are also expecting it with you. And then there will be iOS 18.4, but it won't be released until April. These are Apple's plans for now. Of course, there will be intermediate versions like these, but overall, yes, that's how it happened. Well, it's good that the company is already slowly rolling into this year, and there are many different releases, gadgets, software planned, so we will follow all this and inform you too. If you liked the video, as I said, give it a thumbs up, I will be pleased, and it will help the channel develop. Subscribe to the channel below, click on the bell, you won't miss anything cool and interesting, and you receive that notification about the release of a new video. This was Maksim, thank you so much for watching, goodbye!